Pete Davidson. Who is he? I don't know. But there's one thing I do know, that I can tell you how to know. Here in the show, we're gonna get to the nitty gritty. Pete Davidson. Who's that? If I knew, I wouldn't be here making this video. He's engaged to Ariana Grande, but did you know, before that, he was famous? A couple months ago, no one knew who Pete Davidson was. He was famous, but we didn't know who he was. He just came out of nowhere and everybody's like, yeah, he's been famous. Pete Davidson is actually more than the fiance of Ariana Grande. He's the topic of this episode of Who Is. His early life was actually really sad. We're not going to talk about a lot of his early life. You can just go on Wikipedia and read it. It's sad. Damn, Ariana Grande really a saint, helping him out. He smokes a lot of weed. Yeah, he doesn't like performing it without it, apparently. Which is like, that's your thing. I respect that. He started his comedy on MTV. A show called Philosophy. What an epic pun. That's the type of pun you only get from MTV, baby. Sick, he was in Guy Code. Remember that train wreck? I forgot, I want to wear a robe in this. That's one of the niches of the series. We wear a robe on this show. I don't know why. It's cozy, I guess. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that I don't really care about. Let's skip to SNL. He was the first 90s kid to join the cast. Good job. He got his breakthrough in Trainwreck. Does that seem like something that happens very often to you? Do you think a lot of people get broken out by Amy Schumer? It doesn't happen that often. The fact that he could make that happen, my hat's off to you. The first season that he was on Saturday Night Live, he sucked The Rock, and also he got shot by Norman Reedus with an arrow. Quite an accomplishment to have both of those things. This robe's so goddamn hot. I don't like this part of the show. I don't like the robe. Let's move to the next section. The section that we've all been waiting for. Ariana Grande. The last section was very researched. This section, I'm not gonna pretend to know what the fuck's going on. I don't think if I researched it, it would make sense. I don't know how he ended up with Ariana Grande. I don't. He must be the funniest man alive. I liked Ariana Grande a lot when she was on Nickelodeon. I think that's when she peaked for me. She started doing the music and I was like, that's cool, right? God is a woman? Not really a fan of it. Kind of, But here's the thing, right? She dated Big Sean. Big Sean? That's a good dude. That's a catch. I mean, I think he cheated on someone. But you get over that when it's Big fucking Sean, right? I don't want to say she downgraded because I guess Pete Davidson's got a heart of gold. He made some magic happen. I'm not going to lie. That's some alchemy. It's a love potion. It can't be anything else. I didn't even know he existed until news came out about this. And everybody's like, oh yeah, she's engaged to Pete Davidson. So many people I knew didn't know who Pete Davidson was until he got engaged to Ariana Grande. And the media, they just kept on saying like, oh yeah, Pete Davidson. You know? Nobody knew. You can say that there was people watching him on SNL. You can say that. I don't really believe that. I think he was just there. He'd go on SNL and people would be like, oh yeah, that guy. They didn't know he was Pete Davidson. He could have been Pete Wallaby for all they fucking knew. They're a big item, I guess, now. She was walking around with Machine Gun Kelly. Somebody wrote an entire article about how she was walking. That's news. And then at the end of the article, she goes, by the way, Pete Davidson and Ariana Grande were seen leaving a subway. Not a subway like the train, like the pedophile sandwich shop. Who the fuck cares? He talked about how men have been walking up to him and saying, you give us hope. If you got an Ariana Grande, then we can get an Ariana Grande. You can. Whatever he did, it's unique to him. And I don't think it's going to be redone anytime soon. Fellas, no more miracles happening in 2018. Pete Davidson fucked us all out of our miracle. We had one miracle this year and it went to this goddamn guy. And you know what? I'm okay with that. It must be love. Unless he's got some outrageous dick game, it's love. This is something I'm gonna tell my kids about this. I'm gonna say one day, son, you're gonna find a princess. You know why I know you're gonna find a princess? If Pete Davidson does it, You can do it too. He's probably laughing about it too. He's got some sort of secret that he's never gonna let us in on. The worst thing about it, Ariana Grande, beautiful voice, beautiful woman, right? She's getting engaged to a guy who sounds like the parakeet from Aladdin. That's not the worst thing. That's the most beautiful thing. My bad. I got nothing but love in my heart for these two. I hope they have half beautiful children. I kind of like had bullet points for what I was going to talk about for all the things. For Ariana Grande relationship, I just wrote what the fuck and how. And I think that's the general consensus around America right now. How did this happen? We're glad that it happened, but how? Let's move on. Before we even start with this section, I'm just going to be very clear that I'm disappointed that his Twitter is not named Pete Davidson. But that's just me. Pete Swede. He retweeted this thing. P is at his happiest I've seen in a while he's with Ariana. I'm living for this couple forever. That's so sweet. Like, some random fan and he's like, you know what? I really do love my fiance. Thank you for noticing. This isn't the real Pete Davidson on Twitter. I got fucking bamboozled. This isn't Pete Davidson either. Okay. This is an unforeseen challenge. So he deleted his Twitter 2 days ago. So instead, we have to go on Twitter and just look up Pete Davidson and see what comes up. Confirmed big dick energy. Pete Davidson. Fuck. He does have confirmed energy. All these tweets are just how he must have a big dick. He said that he proposed to Ariana while he was smoking weed in the bed. What a modern love story. Hey baby, come hit this blunt. By the way, I love you. I've always loved you. Marry me. What a roller coaster of emotions. They went off Twitter and Instagram because people were hating. They're in love. Is everyone Jelly Belly? Somebody tweeted about how Machine Gun Kelly and Ariana Grande were in a grocery store. Man, some people are thirsting for Pete Davidson. If you look like Pete Davidson, hit me up. Don't you want your children to procreate? I don't think Pete Davidson is going to be the in the look in 2060. How is Ariana Grande engaged to Pete Davidson if she got married to Gibby's head? That is the biggest iCarly plot hole I've seen so far. When I say men are trash, it doesn't include Pete Davidson. He's a sweetheart. I went into this video not knowing what he was. And I come out of it like, yeah, he's pretty funny. I like him. Oh. Ariana Grande. My baby loves me. Pete Davidson. More than anything. Get you love like that, everybody. This person, are Ariana fans called Arianators? Arianators? That's kind of World War II-ish. I wouldn't say that. I'm really struggling. Twitter, please, give me something. Pete Davidson is a young Steve Buscemi. A young Steve Buscemi. It kind of looks like it's going that way. Oh no. Pete Davidson admitted he was high when he proposed to Ariana after a month of dating. Embarrassing. I wish Sis would just let herself be single and great. She can be single and great. And she can be in a relationship and great. I don't know why this girl thinks that she's the moral authority on whether or not Ariana Grande should be getting married. He found the love of his life and people were like, yeah, I'm gonna cyberbully you. He did it the right way. He was like, okay, fuck this. He just deleted it. I stand by my theory that Pete Davidson is a Make-A-Wish kid. There's no other explanation as to why people humor him. It's so yummy, the salt. I know it's gonna make me break out, but all that sodium, give it to me, you dumb fucker. He's just enjoyable. Watch him. He's a delight. Uneducated buffoon. Trying to find Ariana Grande or Pete Davidson in Syracuse is like trying to find the pirate in Club Penguin. His name was Rockhopper, for your information. I got called at 10 p.m. at night in 2nd grade. That was an hour past my bedtime. And my friend called me. He's like, Will, get on. Rockhopper. Lighthouse. Be there. I was like, what server? Avalanche. It's going down. I don't think I've ever gone that fast in my damn life. I played baseball. I wouldn't break a sprint like that. I thought this was just gonna be good fun. I thought we were just gonna read some nice tweets. 50% of the people are mean, and 50% of the people are like, nice weenie. I wish it was 100% people saying nice weenie. Let's just get to the final thoughts. We learned that dreams, for some of us, they come true. And we learned that people can be dicks. Nobody really gets to choose what celebrities fall in love with what celebrities. How can some people not handle that? Grown-ass people getting mad because because their ship didn't get together. Pete Davidson is a pretty funny guy. He's got a lot of sadness, and I wish that I could take it off of him. I wish I could just say, hey, Pete, get inside the robe. Let me give you a snuggle. I just started watching his stuff, and he doesn't deserve any hate. If you don't know who Chad is in SNL, you're missing out. If you like the video, like it. Comment, subscribe. We do artwork. If you like artwork or you like biographies, you come to the right place. Have a nice day. Hopefully, nobody cyberbullies you.